Hello, dear students. My name is Mankeshwar Panigrahi. So, in our last class, we have discussed about the batch processing operating system. In batch processing operating system, how the jobs are executed and what are the advantages and disadvantages of batch processing, we have discussed so far in our last class. Today, we are going to discuss about a new topic, that is multi-programming technique or multi-programming operating system. In case of batch processing, the jobs or the processes what may be inserted by the user, that is executed by converting the same process as batch by batch. First separated they are batch by batch and then given to the processor or the CPU for executing that job. So, multi-programming is a technique where we can execute or the processor can execute multiple jobs or multiple processes or multiple tasks at a time. In other words, a single processor may be shared among the different jobs or multiple jobs at a time. The multi-programming process is implemented where the CPU utilization increases and the CPU idle time will be decreased and more than one jobs or multiple jobs we can insert or the user can insert at a time for execution. So after inserting the jobs can be divided into three parts, three states, that is called as running state, ready state and blocked state. By the help of these three states, the multiple jobs can be executed by the processor at a time. So first, the jobs are inserted or the processes are inserted by the user, are arranged in a sequence, and that prepared sequence of jobs are arranging is called as the job pool. After arranging from that job pool, the operating system may take one by one process or job from that job pool and gives it to the processor for execution. So, the execution depends on three states. What are the three states? One is ready state, running state, and waiting state. So first, when the user inserted or inputted one job that is stored in memory, that is in ready state, and from ready state, one job, multiple jobs are in ready state. From ready state, one job is provided to the CPU for execution. That is called the running state. Running state is the state where the CPU executes the jobs, and the ready state is the state where the jobs are stored after inputting by the user, and after completion of one job execution, the job is moved to the waiting state or blocked state for input and output operation. After that, a new job will be inserted to the CPU. This is one case. Another case is that if one job while executing, if it needs some more resources for execution or for complete the execution, the processor don't be idle or can't be idle on that particular process. Immediately, the process needs some resources that is executing. At the time of executing, the processor informs the operating system, and operating system takes that job and put it into the waiting state or blocked state. After it having the resources what it needs, the process needs by the process who is in blocked state, after gaining all the resources, again this process will given back to the CPU for execution. In this way, the CPU idle time will be decreases and the performance of the CPU will be increases, as well as the more memory utilization will be increases. Okay, because whenever a process is running, that process runs in main memory, and after completion of execution, we may send it to the output device or we may send it to the secondary storage device for permanent storage. Okay, so this is the working process of multi-programming concept. Okay, again I am telling you, multi-programming is a technique where the processor can execute more than one programs at a time by the single process. Okay, or in other words, we can say that a single processor may be shared among different types of processes at a time. Okay, so the name suggests that multi-programming, that means more number of or multiple jobs can be executed at a time. Okay, so this is the working process of what? Multi-programming concept. Okay. But in batch processing system, one batch will be executed. After completion of one batch, another batch will given to the CPU for execution, and in between the completion of one batch and inserting of another batch, the CPU will wait for some time, and that waiting time is called as the CPU idle time. Okay. So let's go through the notes for more understanding. To overcome the problem of underutilization of CPU and main memory, the multiprogramming was introduced. As I have told you that in batch processing system, the CPU utilization is based on the CPU idle time. Okay, so that's why to overcome the problem of idle time or underutilization of CPU and main memory, the multiprogramming was introduced. The multiprogramming is interleaved execution of multiple jobs by the same computer. Okay, that means one computer may execute multiple jobs. Sharing the processor when two or more programs reside in memory at the same time is referred as multiprogramming. In other words, we can say that sharing of a single processor among multiple jobs or multiple processes or multiple tasks is known as the multiprogramming technique. So multiprogramming increases CPU utilization by organizing jobs so that the CPU always has one to execute. Okay. So this can be achieved by the three steps as I have told you, that is ready state, running state as well as waiting state. Okay. So the next point is, in multiprogramming system, when one program is waiting for IO transfer, there is another program ready to utilize the CPU. So it is possible for several jobs to share the time of the CPU. But it is important to note that multiprogramming is not defined to be the execution of jobs at the same instance of time. Rather, it does mean that there are a number of jobs available to the CPU and a portion of one is executed, then a segment of another, and so on. A simple process of multiprogramming is shown in figure below. Okay. So this points we may easily observe in the diagram. Okay. So this is the secondary storage device where we store our jobs or tasks permanently, and this is the main memory. Okay, where the supervisor is present and writing data on the disk. IO operation is there, and this is the CPU and processor. We can call it as processor. In this diagram, job A is busy in IO operation and job C is waiting for the CPU time, and job B is executed in the meantime. Okay, so the job A is in waiting state. Sorry, the job A is in ready state. Job A is in waiting state. Job C is in ready state, and job B is in running state. So the job A is writing data on this, job B is executing, and job C is waiting for the CPU time. That means it is in queue, ready queue, that is executed. That job C will be executed after the completion of job B is completed. Okay, so that's why the job C is in ready state, job B is in running state and job A is in what? Waiting state, because job A needs IO operations, okay, but job B is in execution state and job C waiting for the CPU attention. Okay, when the completion of job B, when the execution of job B is completed, then the job C will given to the CPU for execution, because job C is waiting for the CPU time. That means who is waiting for the CPU time is in ready state. Okay, so these three states are more important in multi-programming to complete the multiple job execution. Okay, so we go to the notes. As shown in figure, at the particular situation, job A is not utilizing the CPU time because it is busy in IO operations, as I have told you. Hence, the CPU becomes busy to execute the job B. Another job C is waiting for the CPU for getting its execution time. So, in this state, the CPU will never be idle and utilizes maximum of its time. So, next point is a program in execution. So, I hope you understand this point. Again, I am telling you. So, job A is in what? Waiting state, because it performs IO operation, and job B is in running state because it is executed by the CPU. Here it is given job B is in execution, and job C is waiting for the CPU attention for next execution, and that will be in ready state. Okay, so job C is in ready state, job A in waiting state, and job B in running state. Okay, that means the CPU utilization is never be idle. That means CPU never be wait for the job execution. Okay, one by one job is in job pool, which may be transferred into the CPU for execution. After completion of one job, another job will be given to the CPU for execution. That means here more CPU utilization is there, or CPU utilization increases and the idle time decreases. Okay. So, a program in execution is called a process. Okay. So, the programs what are inserted by the user for the execution, the programs are called as the processes, jobs, or we can call it a task also. Okay. So, the concurrent execution of programs improves the utilization of the system resources and enhances the system throughput as compared to batch and serial processing. Okay. So, the performance of the CPU will be measured in terms of throughput. Okay. So, throughput is nothing but, so the performance of CPU is measured in terms of throughput, okay, as compared to the batch and serial processing. So, next point is, in this system, when a process requests some IO to allocate, meanwhile, the CPU time is assigned to another ready process. So, here, when a process is switched to an IO operation, the CPU is not set idle. As I have told you, when job A needs IO operation, the CPU does not idle. At the meanwhile, when the job A needs IO operation, the CPU executes job B, and after completion of job B, the job C is next ready for execution. Here, the CPU does not in idle state. So, multiprogramming is a common approach to resource management. The essential components of a single user operating system include a command processor, an input-output control system, a file system, and transient area. Okay. So, multiprogramming operating system builds on the base, subdividing the transient area to hold several independent programs and adding resource management routines to the operating system's basic functions. So what are the advantages of multi-programming systems? CPU is used most of time and never become idle. Okay, this is the advantage. Whatever we are observed in the diagram, the CPU will not be idle because one after another job will be come to execution for CPU, which are in a queue that is known as the ready queue. So the system looks fast as all the tasks run in parallel. Short time jobs are completed faster than long time jobs. So multi-programming systems support multiply users or multiple users. These are the advantages, and disadvantages is it is difficult to program a system because of complicated schedule handling. So tracking all tasks, processes, it's sometimes difficult to handle. And due to high load of tasks, long time jobs have to wait long time. So avoiding this type of disadvantages, more number of operating systems are there. We will discuss in our next class. For the time, we have covered about the multi-programming technique. I hope you understand this session. Okay. In our coming session, we are going to discuss about the another types of techniques or another types of operating systems. Okay. So, thank you.